Hey everyone, it's Argonath here from The Right Way, and I came across this article about California Governor Gavin Newsom trying to, again, using fear to try and control the population in his state so that he can keep going with his ridiculous lockdown restrictions and so on. Obviously, I don't live in California, I'm in New Zealand, but we're seeing the same sorts of things happening here in New Zealand as well. Using fear as a tactic to control the population so that we will comply with whatever government or state bureaucrats want us to do. So, what is Gavin Newsom talking about? So let's have a look. So this time last year, observed California Governor Gavin Newsom on Thursday, we had about 4,000 cases. 1 month later, we had 18,000 cases. 1 month after that, we had 54,000. Basically, the state saw a tripling of cases, he said. Newsom meant the reminder. Newsom meant the reminder as a warning. What's going on in the UK right now? He asked rhetorically. Answer: the case rate in England has hit its highest level since the start of the year, according to Britain's Office for National Statistics. Well, you idiot, Gavin Newsom, if you have a closer look at what's happening in the UK and in England, the case numbers don't matter anymore. It's because of vaccination. The really important statistics are the hospitalizations and the number of deaths. Now, I don't know what it's like in your state of California, Gavin Newsom, because I've heard that your vaccination rates aren't too good over in America. If you're watching this and you haven't been vaccinated, I do urge you to get the vaccination because it will save your life. Do some research about it, look at some facts and figures. I do urge you to get a vaccination, but it's totally your decision. If you decide not to do it, that's perfectly fine as well. As a vaccinated person myself, I don't have any problems mingling with unvaccinated people because I've had the vaccination. It's supposed to protect me, right? So let's have a look at what's actually happening in the UK, Mr. Gavin Newsom. So if we look at the averages, case numbers, you can see that yes, he's right. The case numbers have skyrocketed since June, going up to over 40,000. So the 7-day average currently is at 41,388. So you might think, oh my God, Gavin's right. Look at the massive number of cases per day. Well, that's not important because a lot of those cases will be asymptomatic or very mild, which don't require any treatment at all. That's the vast majority of those particular cases, right? If we scroll down and look at the actual hospitalization rate and so on, we can see we have a different picture emerge. I don't think it shows me the hospitalizations, does it? Oh, here we go, hospital numbers. So we can see from June to October, there's not a huge spike that we had with the number of cases going up. So cases went up from quite low to above 50,000, but the number of hospitalizations is going up a little bit, but it's not as high. It's kind of relatively stable, right? So the hospitalizations are not tracking the same pace as the number of cases. And then if we have to look at the actual death rate, right, the 7-day average is 152. So that's out of a population of what, 50 million people or so in the UK, in England, UK. So, you know, probably that many people die from other causes as well. And you can see that the death rate from June to October has gone up a little bit, but it's kind of flattened out now. So even with the huge number of cases going up, the death rate is not going up as well. So don't try and scare people, Gavin Newsom. You don't give the full story. It's not the case numbers which is important, it's the actual hospitalizations and the deaths. Newsom then observed that the case trends in the UK often are about a month or so ahead of those in California. Experts also have warned that any increase in the state will be starting from a higher floor. While it saw 4,857 new cases exactly 1 year ago, there were 7,089 reported today. But how many of those are mild or asymptomatic, Gavin Newsom? How many of those are hospitalizations? How many of those are deaths? You and your bloody lefty media people that you've got in your pocket, they always put the worst figure out so that you can scare people into submission. That's exactly what you're trying to do. Furthermore, the state's 7-day average COVID test positivity rate has begun to increase for the first time in months. The test positivity rate is one of the most trusted measures of infection spread because, being a 7-day rolling average, it factors out jumps or slowdowns in testing that can impact raw case numbers. Blah, 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 blah. It's going to increase because COVID is going to get around to everyone, whether you're vaccinated or not. Because if you're vaccinated, you can still get the virus. It's just the vaccination will mean that you don't get a very severe reaction. You are very unlikely to have to go to hospital, and you are very, very unlikely to die from it. But I am pretty sure that pretty much everyone in the world will eventually catch COVID, right? It's just going to happen. Anyway, I don't really want to go on for more. I've just got some more facts and figures about the infection rate and so on. As Newsom himself tweeted on Tuesday, winter is coming. Get your booster. So he's imploring people to get a booster shot now. Now that you've had your 2 vaccination shots, it's time to get your booster shot. Keep going. The drug companies must love these left-wing politicians because they're just raking in the money, right? Anyway, let me know what you think about Gavin Newsom. Do you think he's an idiot? I certainly do. He's one of these left-wing politicians which make idiotic decisions. And again, he's just trying to scare people into submission so that he can keep you locked away, have restrictions on, and they can keep control of you. That's what he's doing. It's a pity he didn't get recalled and there was a new election held, but I guess people in California are also idiots, whoever voted for him. You had the chance to get rid of him, and now you're stuck with him until the next election. Anyway, let me know what you think. Do you agree with Gavin that you should be really worried about the case numbers rising, or are you like me and you think it's not case numbers now, it's hospitalizations and death rate which are the most important statistic, but the media, who are completely biased and left-wing, never report that because they know it's not as shocking as the case numbers. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you're welcome to give me a thumbs down. And if you like my content, please subscribe, as it means the YouTube algorithm will notice my content more. Anyway, hopefully I will catch you in the next video.